And what do you think about putting that in the show today?
Absolutely. I really like that. How did you come up with that?
I was just thinking about what's the best way to serve the guys today on the MD and Chef Team show.
Yeah, and I was thinking, what about adding something like this to one of the pillars, just to empower,
Beautiful.
to equip them?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, and may I say, speaking of beautiful, you look exceptionally gorgeous today, my dear.
Thank you, though.
Oh my gosh, I just noticed. I think it's time for the MD and Chef Team show.
Yay! Let's go! Hi, everyone!
Hello and welcome to the MD and Chef Team show. I'm Chef Michael here, the culinary nutrition expert at Doctoronamission, and joined as always by my beautiful wife, this lovely lady.
Thank you.
Dr. Isabel, MD from Doctoronamission. Hello, my dear. How's it going?
Hi, sweetie. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We are so excited that you're here with us right now. Now, what are we doing here? Well, we want you to be wealthy. I know what you're thinking. Wealthy is
What, money?
money. Yeah, no, it's way back the Middle English definition of wealthy, which is where you have well-being physically, emotionally, and spiritually. That's what we're here to do, okay? And I want you to understand where we're going with all of this. We understand that we've got a mental illness issue in the world, and we're focusing on mental illness. But you know what? That's the downstream event. We don't have a mental illness problem. We've got a brain health issue. We've got to start looking upstream. Do you understand? Going upstream to prevent the downstream event of all the anxiety, depression, and suicide that we're experiencing right now. The research shows, the most up-to-date science shows us that we need to start focusing upstream. Gut health, nutrition, what we're eating, how we're sleeping, our relationships.
So many contributing factors to all these conditions and diseases we're seeing in health these days out there in society.
Yeah.
That end up being managed by traditional health care. We got to go upstream so we don't have the downstream events. And that's what we focus on here at the MD and Chef Team show.
So how are we going to serve the guys today?
You let us know, because I know this is a topic that's so important to you. And this is actually today part 2 from episode 4. So if you missed season 1, episode 4, we suggest you go back and catch that, because that was part 1. So part 2 today. Well, what do you got?
I've entitled this, How Lack of Sleep Affects Your Brain Health, part 2, okay? So you ready? You strapped in? Here we go. Okay, so I can only educate you from the stories that I've experienced personally and from seeing people, more than 500,000 people since becoming a doctor and hearing their pain. And one of the stories is my personal story with sleep. I never took sleep seriously. Honestly, as a doctor, I was taught, Jenna, we've got Jenna in the back. She is our team member, so just know that we're not here by ourselves. Jenna, do you want to come up and just show your beautiful face?
There's Jenna. There's Jenna. Hi, Jenna. Thank you so much for taking care of us and serving the audience today.
She makes us look good, you guys. So this is not just us. This is Jenna, too. Jenna, can you pull up the that GIF of you can sleep when you die?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you.
So as a doctor, this was my mentality. You can sleep when you die. You can sleep when you die. And it was a badge of honor for me to do a 36-hour shift with maybe 2 to 3 hours of sleep. Yes, that's the way it was back in the day. And so when I graduated from medical school and started seeing people one-on-one, and they'd say to me, I'm not sleeping, I would think that they were drug seeking. I would think, oh, you want sleeping tablets. And you know, I know that sleeping tablets are addictive, and I now know that insomnia is an issue, but it was never addressed in our medical training. So just so you know, that's what a lot of doctors are thinking is, oh, sleeping tablets. You're just looking for that drug. And well, it wasn't until I'm just stuttering right now.
That's okay, because I wanted to say, that whole thing about you can sleep when you die.
Yeah.
That's not just in the medical profession, that's society, because anybody who's an entrepreneur or even if you got a career and you're really going for it, yes, sometimes we are under the pump and we've got something that has to be done, and that could vary temporarily for a couple days. But we hear this like, gotta grind, you gotta go, you gotta, I'll sleep when I die. I'm gonna sleep 2, 3, 4 hours a night for the next 5 years till I get this done. And well, it all sounds great and like, yeah, you're the one and you're on fire and you're going for it. But what we don't understand is the long-term brain health implications of that are so negative, the way that's impacting our brain health, that's not healthy.
It's not healthy.
Just the medical field, but it's kind of out there in the world that, if you're the grinding type and, oh, hey, I'm only sleeping 4 hours because I got so much on, and it's like this badge of honor, like, oh, man, you are amazing. Well, actually, that's not good.
And we hear a lot of these, entrepreneurs, influencers saying, wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, wake up at 3:30 and grind. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's okay if you went to bed at 6 p.m.
Yeah, but
not go, I went to bed at 12 and got up at 3 and I'm going again.
And I love these influencers. But I just want to get into their ears. I hope you're listening. That this is not healthy. So it wasn't until I went through my episode of only sleeping 2 to 3 hours while I was growing Doctor on a Mission back in 2014. I only slept 3 hours for 17 straight nights. By the end of that time, I tried to take my life twice in 3 days. By the grace of God, that plan was stopped. But it was then that I realized, oh my gosh, sleep is really important. Sometimes you have to crash to really get the picture. And I don't want you to crash.
Yeah, you went crazy.
I did
literally went crazy at the end of that. It was like, you look like somebody who was on crack cocaine or something like that.
I was tested. The doctors tested me for methamphetamine, for P, because that's the crazed look that I had, like a wild dog.
Yeah.
And you do
go of sleep.
Yeah, you do go wild. So it's time to start learning about what's happening out there with sleep. 70 million Americans don't sleep well. The world is not just America. I understand.
That's everywhere.
Yeah, the world. I don't know what the statistics are in the world, but in America, it's 70 million Americans don't sleep well. So this is a real issue, and sleep is medicine. You interrupt me anytime, okay? If you've got any questions, because you're my audience right now.
I'll behave, but I'll tell you.
The pharmaceutical companies, just so you know, understand that people aren't sleeping well. And it was a $78 billion profit in 2022. And it's expected to reach $131 billion profit.
Just for the sleep
in stuff. 2032, just for sleep.
Just for sleep medications.
Yeah. And let's talk about the sleep medications. The problem with most sleeping tablets is they're anticholinergic. Okay. Well, first, let's think about what cholinergic means. Cholinergic is acetylcholine. And acetylcholine is a very, very important chemical in your brain. It helps you have memory. It helps you have focus. It helps you learn. So acetylcholine is a chemical to help you with your memory, with learning, and with focus, okay?
Those three sound pretty important.
They are really important. And the problem with a lot of the sleeping tablets is they're anticholinergic, meaning they block that chemical from working. Yeah, they'll help you sleep, but they're going to affect your memory, your focus, and your attention.
Wow. Okay.
Isn't that
That's
amazing?
not good.
I didn't learn that in medical school, just so you know. So they do affect our memory long term. So the equation, here's the deal. You go to the doctor, because I was I am a doctor. I'm still seeing patients, but this is what happened when people would come to me. So don't be surprised if this is what happens when you go see your doctor, is you're saying, Doc, I'm not sleeping well. Well, not sleeping well leads to anxiety and depression. And then the doctor gives you an antidepressant or an anti-anxiety medication, both of which are anticholinergic also. And they may also give you a sleeping tablet. So the problem is all three of those, most of them, are anticholinergic. They're going to help you with your anxiety and your depression. Yeah, they're going to help you sleep, but they're going to affect your memory, your focus, and your attention. And the long game, because that's what we do. We don't want the end game. We don't want the end result. Remember, we're working upstream so that we don't have the downstream event. Well, the downstream event of taking those medications, sleeping tablet, antidepressant, or anti-anxiety medication, increases your risk of Alzheimer's. Like, who wants that, right?
Yeah. And increase the risk of Alzheimer's by taking
those medications. I am not telling you to stop your medications right now, okay? Don't do that. I am not telling you to stop your antidepressant, your anti-anxiety medication, and your sleeping tablets or your sleeping tablet. Don't do that. What I'm asking you to do is start working with me, start working with Michael, start working in our brain health, healthy brain health club, working with your doctor to learn how to come off of these safely, create your new foundation, and rebuild yourself. And we'll talk later on what you can do to help you have a better night's sleep. Okay? Just wanted to make sure we were on the same page. So there's two groups of sleeping tablets. One is a benzodiazepine, and those are things like Halcion, Prosom, or Restful. And then the other one is your non-benzodiazepines, and those are your antihistamines. And there's also sleeping tablets. So their names are Imovane, Ambien, Lunesta, Sonetta, Benadryl, Tylenol, Advil, and promethazine.
Whoa, that's a lot in this there. And that's a great thought. However, right now we do have to take a short break, okay?
Okay.
Now, please keep in mind, we would love to have you join us in the Healthy Brain Club at Doctoronamission.com. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after these messages.
Attention, gentlemen of distinction. Introducing NGBN.TV, the television network designed exclusively for men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. Your go-to destination for entertainment that speaks to you, inspires you, and celebrates the incredible journey of manhood. And here's the exciting news. NGBN.TV is coming to Roku, Apple TV, Amazon, and your favorite mobile devices. Whether you're a sports enthusiast, seeking self-improvement, or just looking for a good laugh, NGBN.TV has got you covered. Entertainment, inspiration, brotherhood. Coming soon to Roku, Apple TV, Amazon, and mobile devices. NGBN.TV, where men thrive.
Welcome back, you healthy brain enthusiasts, to the MD and Chef Team show from Doctor on a Mission. Now, I know I kind of dropped a lot of stuff on you.
Oh, that's a list of stuff. Wow.
But don't worry, we're going to recap it because I like to, say things over and over again in different ways. Yeah. Okay, so don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of the list of drugs.
Yeah. So
actually, maybe be a little aware, shall I say, of them.
Right.
Maybe not afraid, but be aware. And that's what we want to do, is bring that awareness
Yeah.
to what's out there. And you mentioned some stuff there, like the what was it, Tylenols and
Oh yeah, the Tylenol PMs and all that stuff. Yeah. Advil PMs.
Advil, and just some basic things that are over the counter that,
And on TV,
what was it,
commercialized.
NyQuil or something like that. All that
I'm
kind of-
sure. Yeah, that's
all that
part
kind
of it.
Stuff that, okay, temporarily for just a couple days or something, but long term, there's people using that stuff long term, and that's gonna affect your brain.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
So just I would be aware, shall I say. That's probably the key.
And that's what Michael and I are here for, is to walk alongside you in your journey, to encourage and strengthen you with knowledge and tools that you can implement in your life. Okay, so let's just go upstream for a moment on before the commercial.
You go.
So there's two types of sleeping tablets, okay? And the first type is called benzodiazepines. You may know them as downers. That's what they're called in the world.
Okay.
Downers. And there's a couple of names. One is Halcyon, Prosom, Restful, just to name a few. You can Google benzodiazepines and the names in your country to find out what they are, okay? But here's some of the research, because I'm a scientist. I like research, because I got to tell you the real stuff. If you take a benzodiazepine for 3 to 6 months, it increases your risk of Alzheimer's by 32%.
Boom.
Your doctor may not know this, okay? Just so you know, but you now know. If you take a benzodiazepine like Halcyon, Prosom, or Restful for greater than 6 months, it increases your risk of Alzheimer's by 84%.
Hello.
That's why we're so focused on brain health, because we got to take good care of our brain health. We only have one brain. And you know what? We can be thinking clearly and sleeping well until our last breath, but we got to do the work. Okay.
Yeah.
That's just, I'm not trying to freak out. Maybe just a little bit, just to
You're making people aware of these things that we don't realize.
Yeah.
Because it's not out there. We just see the commercials for this stuff, and you usually see things on commercials for people from drug companies where, hey, they're all active and healthy and smiling and it's all good, and just keep taking this thing, just keep taking this thing, but they're not telling you, like, well, if you keep taking it downstream. So again, it's being aware of, if I need to be taking these, then upstream, I need to be looking at, well, why am I needing to be taking
why
these?
am I having a tough time sleeping?
Yeah. So it's okay temporarily, but for long-term downstream effects, we need to be looking at, well, why am I having to take these? And let's start learning how to untake and do the foundational work so I can correct this.
Exactly.
So I don't need these medications anymore, because we're not designed as human beings by a creator to be taking medications our whole life. That's not how we're designed.
Well said.
Thank you very much. Now you continue, go ahead.
Okay, take a breath, have a sip of water. Now the next group of sleeping tablets, don't spit that out all over the place. The next group of sleeping tablets is non-benzodiazepines. And this group also includes the antihistamines, which are anticholinergics. Therefore, it decreases your acetylcholine, and it decreases your memory, learning, and attention. So here's some of the names: Imivane, Ambien, Lunesta, Sonata. These companies are going to be after us after this, but I don't care. We got to teach people. And then the antihistamine group is Benadryl, Tylenol PM, Advil PM, and promethazine. Over-the-counter medications that you can take. So just be aware of this, okay? And the long-term effect. Now, the next category of sleep agents that a lot of us use, I've used it in the past, is drinks, alcohol. Alcohol being used as a sleep agent. Well, it's so sexy to have a drink, I mean, like, Jenna, can you pull up the rock, please? And thank you. Look at that, The Rock. Is he sexy or what? I mean, he's so funny. I love him as an actor.
Give us The Rock one more time, please. Yeah.
Here's The Rock telling us it's sexy to drink.
With his tequila.
It's sexy.
Oh, look at that. Got the tequila looking good.
Yeah. It looks good, and a lot of people think drinking is sexy. Well, first of all, alcohol is not a health drink. Okay. Now, yes, Michael and I have a couple of glasses of wine, maybe a half a bottle of wine at the most a week each, because the science shows us that if you drink more, it affects your brain. I mean, your brain becomes shriveled up.
With a maximum 3 to 4 drinks a week.
Maximum. Okay. But let's talk about sleep. So many people drink alcohol to help them fall asleep. Well, the problem with that is it decreases a part of our sleep cycle called REM, rapid eye movement. Now, the important thing about rapid eye movement is that that's where our brain gathers all the information that's important throughout the day and it solidifies it. It's going into REM helps us solidify our learning. So if you don't go into REM, which we're supposed to be in our sleep cycle when we're dreaming, 20 to 25% of our time. Now, I got dreams now because I tell them to you all the time. But drinking alcohol is not a good idea because it affects your REM, your deep sleep, which is where it's an important time for learning. Okay. So be careful with the drinking.
There's a question in the chat.
There's a question in the chat. What are your thoughts of parents giving melatonin gummies every night to their children? I think it's a great idea. And we're going to talk about the tools to help people sleep. I love that question, Jenna. Thank you so much. So here's what you can do is one, go and talk to your doctor to help you come off your medication safely, because there is a way. And next, there are supplements that can help you sleep better. And we're going to go ahead and talk about that in just a few moments.
Well, I'm really enjoying this discussion today, hon. This is great. However, we're just going to take a short break. But come on back, because after the break, we're going to have today's big take home. See you soon.
We cannot wait any longer. Men are in need of community, brotherhood, and a place to call home. The time is now, and that place is NGBN TV. Powered by men just like you, dedicated to launching a one-of-a-kind streaming TV network for men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. Our goal is to inspire, entertain, celebrate, educate, and support men. The NGBN TV sneak peek is launching January 29th. We need you on this journey with us. Ad rates at NGBN TV will never be this low again. So join our movement on ngbn.tv and contact us today. NGBN TV, a network for men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. Coming January 29th.
I hope you got a healthy brain snack while you were away, because I was watching you. Yes, I was. I got my eye on you. Not really, but just consider me on your shoulder. Yeah. So it's time to buckle in and get ready to continue on with the MD and Chef Team Show.
And so for today's big take home,
we're going to talk about ways to help you get a good night's sleep and do it safely. So before we jumped out, there was a question about parents giving melatonin gummies every night to their children. Well, melatonin is one of the tools that you can talk to your doctor about, because melatonin is a hormone created in your brain, but right now we're not creating enough melatonin. So it helps you sleep. It helps your mitochondria, which is your energy levels, and it also improves your thinking. And the script for adults, I don't know what it is for children, is 1 to 2 milligrams before bed. The next thing is magnesium. So magnesium is really important because magnesium is necessary for 100 biochemical reactions in your body, especially your brain. Magnesium, 100 reactions in your body. So you can take magnesium 200 to 400 milligrams at night. If you tend to have constipation, then you're going to want to have magnesium citrate. But if you tend to have loose stools, also known as sloppy stools, leave it to a doctor to talk about this stuff.
Okay.
You can have magnesium glycinate, and that's the good magnesium. And the disclaimer here is if you've got problems with your heart or your kidneys, talk to your doctor and ask them, is it okay for me to have magnesium? And then the last one is an amino acid called taurine. And taurine helps us sleep. And I think you can get it at most health food stores. And the dose is usually 500 to 2,000 milligrams 1 hour before going to bed. So those are the 3 big take-homes. Well, actually 4 big take-homes. One is, please consider talking to your doctor about getting off your antidepressant, anti-anxiety, and sleeping tablets.
Well, they can reach out to us here at the NBHF team.
That's right. Or you can join us at the Healthy Brain Club because we teach you all about this stuff. And the last was the 3 areas, the melatonin, the magnesium, and the taurine. Those are tools that you can use to help you sleep better.
All righty. Are we signing off?
Do you have anything else you want to talk about, hon?
I just want to say, with the gummies for the kids, just like we talked about in part 1, is we got to trick the brain into sunset, because our adult life, we don't actually have a sunset to the brain because everything's go, go, go. And I think that's what's happening to the kids too.
They are.
The kids are always on, their stuff on, they're watching TV, they're on devices, whether it's homework, their sports, they're on the go, and the brain's not shutting down. So again, that extra help with the melatonin gummies will, create that sunset melatonin that we need some help with because we're not getting it right before bedtime.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of parents use the melatonin gummies and it helps them. They swear by the melatonin. And I've seen great results with melatonin for a lot of my clients too. A lot of our clients.
Yes.
Because we work together.
We do.
Yeah, we work on our beats, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Are you happy that I'm sleeping better now?
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Well, you've done the work.
Yeah.
You've done the work. And that's the thing. You had to do the work to figure out what was going on here. We did the work, but it was also what foundational principles need to change to get this right.
Right.
So there was some temporary relief. Then you did the work, and congratulations to you for doing the work.
Yeah. It's been a journey, and I didn't get it all in one day. I didn't get it all in 1 month. This took work. So I encourage you to just buckle down and get your sleep in order because it will serve you well. And you won't end up having Alzheimer's. No, not on our ship because we're living to be 100. Come on, come join us and live to be 100 years. Strong, toned, healthy, irresistible for your partner. They can't keep their hands off you until our last breath, okay? All right, that's a wrap.
You want to sign us off?
Before we go, please remember that you were born to be a blessing, okay? Please remember that. And know that you are an unrepeatable miracle. God bless you.
Peace on earth.
Bye-bye.